MedHub is here again. Yes, I'm here on a Sunday morning to correct a narrative. Yes, there is a video that has gone viral that is making the rounds, going with a wrong narrative. It has to be corrected, please. It has to be corrected. Now, let's take a look at this video up here. Yes, just check this video out.
He shouldn't be dead. It's ordinary food poisoning. But do you know why he died? All the qualified doctors were in church.
Oh, good Lord.
On a Sunday. That's why you will never find me in a church in Nigeria. Not one qualified doctor. On a Sunday.
Yes, I completely sympathize with you. Yes, I totally sympathize with you on the passing on to glory of your father. I know how painful it can be. Nobody should lose a loved one. It's painful. Yes, I completely sympathize with you. However, there are so many things in your videos that needs to be corrected. So many things that needs to be corrected. It is very, very wrong for you to come up and say that in a hospital, the qualified doctors that are supposed to attend to your father were not in the hospital. Is it that there were no doctors in the hospital at all? Or you felt that the doctors you saw or that attended to your father were not qualified? Or the specialist responsible for that particular ailment, the consultant in charge, was in church? These are some of the things we need to correct. For a doctor to be in a hospital, for a medical doctor to be employed in a hospital, with the Medical Dental Council of Nigeria license and certification, that doctor is qualified, sir. The doctor is qualified to attend to patients. You have the right not to go to church. Heaven is a personal race. Nobody is being coerced to attend service or go to church. But attributing not going to church to Nigerian doctors is a no-no for me. Is a completely no-no for me. I would love to hear more about this story, because telling me that there was no qualified doctor is not completely clear. Are you saying that it was nurses that attended to your father, or they were doctors but you felt they were not qualified, or there were no consultants on ground on a Sunday? Now the thing is, every hospital have a call duty roster. You don't expect every doctor to be in the hospital on a weekend. However, I'm sure there were doctors that were on call on that Sunday. Now, these doctors are on duty on that Sunday, and they have the responsibility of attending to your father first. And if they feel, or if they have assessed and seen that this is an emergency, they need to call in specialist, or the consultant on call, or the specialist in charge of that case. They do so. Today is Sunday. Specifically, today is the 31st of May, 2026. On a Sunday, I'm currently in the hospital and I'm a Christian. I didn't go to church. Not that I don't love God, but because we all have a call to serve humanity. So telling me to go to church today, leaving the hospital without a doctor, that is not what we were taught. Doctors take oaths. We have oath of office. Please don't mistake our oath of office with the ones the politicians take. Politicians, what they take is Ijebugari. It's like Ijebugari. All they do is to take that oath, go into office, siphon our money, loot our money, though not all politicians. Some politicians, they take our money outside the country, establish themselves and establish their children. For doctors, we've taken an oath to put patients first. So anything we do, our life revolves around patients. Anywhere we are at alert. Now, there's what we call extended code blue. Now, extended code blue does not primarily mean you must be in the four walls of the hospital to attend to patients. You can be in your house, you can be in the church, you can be in the mosque, you can be anywhere. And once you receive that code blue activation, you leave whatever you are doing and you rush down. Now, it has even gone digital in such a way that we've had our specialist doctors outside the country still attending to emergencies digitally with other physical doctors on ground. So healthcare in Nigeria, though the government has messed the healthcare in Nigeria up, but we medical doctors are making sure that it's not totally crumbled, that we are doing our best to make sure that the healthcare in Nigeria is not totally crumbled. So that's why I say I'm not going to totally agree. Yes, I would love to know this hospital. I want to do my own investigation to find out what actually happened and what caused your dad's death. But saying that doctors were not available or qualified doctors were not available to take care of your father is a no-no. I don't completely believe. An investigation has to be done. We can't just sweep it under the carpet. Doctors are always at the hospital. Public holidays, Saturdays, Sundays, you always see qualified doctors in the hospital. However, you may not see a consultant or a specialist. They're usually called upon if need be. And they don't waste time. They don't waste time to respond. The work of the doctors on duty or the emergency physician on duty is to stabilize your father. And if he sees that it's an emergency, activate the emergency alert and other doctors come in. So telling us that there were no qualified doctors in the hospital is pushing a wrong narrative out there. that doctors occupying Nigerian hospitals are not qualified. And instead of them seeing patients in the hospital, they readily go to church and stay. That is wrong. That is totally wrong. We sympathize with you on the death of your father. We know how it is. It's painful, actually. But the cause of your father's death is to take a thorough investigation. We need to know what caused the death. And I can stick out my neck to say, there were doctors in the hospital that day. Doctors attended to your father, and these doctors were qualified. I can beat my chest and say Nigerian doctors are the most empathic doctors in the world. Literally, their life revolves around patients. Even in public gathering, even in the church, even in the mosque, even in functions, you see them always checking their phones. Their phones are on vibration, so that at any call, at any alert, they are on the move. I've had calls to abandon Holy Communion in the church because we had an emergency in the hospital and I was called upon. That's how empathic we are. We've put patients first. So that's why we don't agree with this you're saying, that there were no qualified doctors to attend to your father.